I just got some news with regards to the Senzo Meyiwa murder case. That case has now been postponed to the 5th of March 2021. We will try and bring in our reporter Griselda Lewis. She's standing by for us there. Remember, there are 5 men accused of the murder of the former Bafana as well as Orlando Pirates goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa. There you see, these are live visuals, Eugene, my director. These are live visuals. Let's listen in. All right, we do apologize. That was happened earlier on. So we will try and touch base with our reporter, Griselda Lewis, with regards to this postponement. We saw some chatter between the accused as well. What was that all about? Griselda is ready, I understand. Griselda Lewis, live for us at the Boksburg Magistrates Court. Griselda, get us caught up with what transpired at court today.
Well, that's right, Blaine. The case postponed, as you indicated, to the 5th of March 2021. And indeed, very much like what we saw a bit earlier on in the first appearance, the accused professing their innocence and them saying they've absolutely nothing to do with the murder of soccer sensation Senzo Meyiwa. So no surprises there. Them reiterating what they said in the previous appearance. When we spoke to Afro Forum, they indicated they were not surprised by that, and a number of interjections that had been made there, where the presiding magistrate had basically asked them if they had legal representation. They asked to indulge the court, much to the surprise of the presiding magistrate. In this particular instance, they insisted they wanted to address the court, and in fact, at some point, the presiding magistrate indicating that this was not a press conference. If the accused believed that they wanted to speak to the media at any given point, they had to arrange that on their own. But the presiding magistrate saying this was not going to happen inside his court, again professing their innocence, saying they have nothing to do with the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. So the very same stance that we saw the accused take in the previous court appearance is exactly what took place inside this court, much to the irritation of the presiding officer, before, of course, the matter postponed to March 2021. Just a quick reaction now from Senzo Meyiwa's family. The 2 sisters also joining the other family members here today. Putsfiso Meyiwa, thank you very much indeed for your time. I mean, again today, I guess as the family comes through, what the scenes that we saw at this particular court the last time is the very same what we're seeing today, where the last time you said you're not surprised, or you're rather shocked by what had taken place, where the accused are professing their innocence. Nizizwa kanjani namhlanje bhuti njengoba sekuphelele second appearance ke manje?
Besingayi-expectile lento, besitshela ukuthi khona okuzokwenzeka. Manje mesekwenzeka kanjena kuyasithusa, kodwa ke kulungile because Afro Forum ikhona, isizoba more manje izosebenzisana namaphoyisa. We believe more arrest is going to be done. Yeah.
You were saying, but nisele themba lokuthi as a family lokuthi mastermind any believe ukuthi responsible for ukubulala kaButsenzo uyena kumele ukuthi abe khona naye la kule nkantolo. Nisazizwa kanjani niyifamily nokuthi lento siyibonayo ngaphakathi enkantolo abantu besithi bona yebo banemvume yokuthi bona abazi ukuthi bahlelele ntoni la enkantolo, kodwa the court process itself must obviously take the procedure. But nina ke ningumndeni nisasola ukuthi mhlambi njengoba usushilo ukuthi abanye bazawubanjwa futhi nokuthi kubekho lo mastermind any believer njengomndeni ukuthi kumele ukuthi abanjwe.
Besilindele ukuthi sombona lo mastermind la namhlanje. Manje mengabe ngafikanga futhi sekuyasixaka lokuthi kanjani, ngoba wathiwa last time uzobe khona. Iyona into besithi sizele la, besilindele lokho. But since case siqalile sesi Africa ikhona, wonke ama decision azothatha izobe ikhona, izobe ibheke yonke into ukuthi yenzeka ngendlela right.
Mhlambi singezwa kuwe nje kancane ke usufike namhlanje kokuqala namhlanje enkantolo sisi uzeni usisi futhi usisi Nhlanhla wena njengosister ka the late Senzo Meyiwa uyaqala ukubona namhlanje le enkantolo ukuthi kwenzakalani ngaphakathi uzizwa kanjani wena mama?
Ngizizwa ngiphuke kakhulu njengoba esho nje sifisa ukuthi besilindele ukubona umastermind namhlanje. Kodwa ke njengoba icala selivelile enkantolo okusho ukuthi ikhona inqubekela phambili. Khona la siya khona noNkulunkulu lo simkhonzayo nethonga lami angeke baze basiphoxe. Kukhona la siya khona sobuthola. Ubhlungu kona, ubhlungu kakhulu, ubhlungu.
Hey, Siswam, I can see that you're getting very emotional at the moment. It's your first time in court. And I think I'm really going to let you go, Siswam. Thank you very much indeed for your time. One of it seems like the Meyiwa family, excuse me ma'am, you're right in front of our shot. Baba,
Yes. We are completely dependent on God. Siyakholela uNkulunkulu. Izinto zikaNkulunkulu ukuthi wena uyitshela ukuthi izinto sizokwenzeka kanti ayikakenzeki because kukhona okunye okusafanele kwenzeka. Siyakholela ukuthi njoba kudelay kanje kukhona more information efanele ivele. Yes.
Sabah kakhulu Puthiso. Sifiso Meyiwa, the relative of Senzo Meyiwa, and obviously in this particular instance you could see there that the family indicating that they're quite shocked by what has taken place inside this court today, them indicating that they had every intention when they arrived in court this morning. They thought that they were going to see what they believe is the mastermind behind the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. Both the relatives there, Senzo, I beg your pardon, Sifiso Meyiwa, as well as one of the sisters who you could see there was getting very emotional because this is the first time that she has been at court. You'd recall it had been Mrs. Sifiso Meyiwa who'd been here all along at the first court appearance. So the two sisters to the late soccer sensation Senzo Meyiwa, it was the first time that they're arriving at court at this particular moment, and one of the sisters becoming very emotional about what has taken place here inside court, in that the family says it believes in this second appearance they were hoping to see this alleged mastermind who would have been brought to court today. So you can certainly gauge a sense of disappointment on the part of the family, but they believe that at some point justice will be served.
Yeah, I guess one can expect these emotions to run high, isn't it, at court? This family, from what we hear, from what we read, has gone through a lot over the last couple of years, and you don't only see it outside of court, inside of court, you saw it outside as well with fans that love Senzo so much. Soccer rivalry has been put to one side. The pain of losing him, one would one would say, is still very much intense with regards to among his fans. Any other people of interest, Griselda, at court today? You did speak to Kerry Nell earlier on. Any reaction with regards to this postponement?
Well, it was rather expected, they're playing in that there would be a postponement for further investigations, of course, and outstanding forensic investigations for that particular matter. But no other particular persons of interest. But of course, now you see more members of the Meyiwa family who have come here to court today. Clearly a demonstration there, Blaine, that there had been a hope on the part of the Meyiwa family, which they did indicate in the interview I've just conducted with them. They were hoping that the alleged mastermind behind the murder of Senzo Meyiwa would be in court alongside the other 5 suspects inside the Boksburg Magistrates Court today. But that was not to be. So there's a staunch belief from the Meyiwa family that more needs to be done, that they believe, as they indicated, more arrests will be made. But what they're looking for, they think the person who would have the answers or solve this mystery to why Senzo Meyiwa was murdered is this mastermind who they believe does need to be arrested by police. Those were the similar sentiments that were shared by Advocate Kerry Nell of the prosecutorial unit from AfroForum a bit bit earlier on when I spoke to him. But certainly a sense of every time the Meyiwa family comes to court, they're really hoping that they get a bit closer in terms of answers to exactly what happened to Senzo Meyiwa. But at the back of all of that, what they want is the mastermind who they believe was behind the murder of their relative to stand alongside these 5 accused inside the dock here at the Boksburg Magistrates Court.
So what are police saying, Criselda? What is the NPA saying? Are they giving us any indication that indeed there could be possible more arrests possibly soon?
Well, you must recall, Blaine, that the last time we spoke to the National Prosecuting Authority, in fact, he's right here, let's bring him in. Sipho Ngwema from the National Prosecuting Authority. Thank you very much indeed for asking that question, Blaine. I happen to move my eyes towards the right and he's right here in front of me. Sipho Ngwema, the National Prosecuting Authority spokesperson. Mr. Ngwema, from what has taken place inside court today, I guess you're not surprised, as you indicated the last time, the accused again professing their innocence, accused by the magistrate of interrupting the court proceedings. And are you still confident that by the seeming stance that has been taken by the accused, your case will go somewhere?
Oh, certainly. In fact, we are now going through the forensic evidence that we have received. Of course, we want to present that when we come back. It's going to be in the indictment, and the indictment is going to show the shape of the case going forward. Of course, the stance we know is rehearsed. We know a lot has happened between now and the last time, and those things will come out as the trial proceeds.
Mr. Ngwema, is there a belief at this point still that there are other individuals who will stand in the dock alongside these 5 other accused?
As I said, the investigation is still unfolding. We're still going through information. So if you are in that process, you cannot rule out any possibility. So we will see when the final indictment is presented to the accused whether it will still be 7 or will still be more, whether there's still going to be more information that or evidence that we need in order to convict these accused or any other additional accused. So indeed, we are not ruling out anything, and we are saying that the investigation is continuing. We are fairly content with how things are proceeding.
And speaking to the family, I guess, in AfriForum about this particular case, what they seem to have been expecting at court today was who they believe is the alleged mastermind. They certainly seem, quite disappointed that more members of the family arrived at court today, and they were expecting to see additional persons or person inside the dock. What do you say to something like that? In particular, I guess, where in a case like this, South Africans, and notwithstanding the Meyiwa family, have placed a lot of their hopes on, the prosecuting authority in South Africa, the law enforcement agencies, for them to do their work.
Yes, in fact, they should have confidence in the process. There's no doubt. If people have some information, we are going to interact with our colleagues in AfriForum and anybody else who has information. But you must remember, as prosecutors, follow evidence. If you have information, you must be able to convert that information into evidence. And therefore, there should be proof, there should be documentary proof, there should be sworn affidavits into a number of things that you're probably alleging. So if there is that information, of course, then the investigating team will have to follow it up and make sure that those people, whoever is implicated, is charged. So we are not ruling out anything, as I said, but what is important, prosecutors follow evidence. And when that evidence is abundantly clear, that evidence is going to lead to a suspect. If there are still suspects still outside the charge sheet right now, and we receive evidence, we will follow that evidence, and it will certainly take us to whoever else is involved in this, in the matter of Senzo.
Thank you very much indeed, Sipho Ngwema. The spokesperson of the National Prosecuting Authority also saying as investigations continue, Blaine, they don't rule out the possibility of further arrests in this matter if there is such evidence that would present itself, if there are more people who need to take or inside the dock, alongside these other 5 accused in this particular matter. But while all of that was taking place inside court, let's cross now to my colleague Makgeketla Mothabe, who is outside, where there have been quite a number of supporters who have been gathered there, like during the first appearance, here to support the Meyiwa family.
Yeah, absolutely, Griselda. Many continued to come through outside the Boksburg Magistrates Court here, and of course, in a show of solidarity. We saw them on the 27th of October in that first appearance. They are back today, a month later, to make sure that they follow these proceedings. They are aware that that particular case has now been postponed to the 5th of March for further investigations. But let's get a sense of what they feel about this particular postponement. It looks like there's some sort of frustration. Let's start with you, Mama. It's been postponed. Your views on this case?
We'll never give up. We demand justice. There's no justice here in South Africa. They must ba boleba Senzo o tshwanetse lore ba tshwarwe ba fumanehe re kgathetse ke gore the criminals le di murder kaofela bona be le gore ba fuwa chance ya gore ba tsamaye freely here in South Africa. Nothing but the truth. Bona ba tseba hore na ka hare hore na ho etsahalang. Re need a justice gore e bereke mo South Africa. Ho bonahale hore maponesa le bona ba sebetsa. Ga rata le ke yona ntwe e tswang ke yana bekicele. Ke kopa le ba ske ba mo hatella. Ba mo fe matla hore le yena a khone ho phethahatsa justice mo South Africa. Always maponesa lona a dula a hatello a letla sa khatello ya gore ba etse mosebetsi wa bona gore ba phethetse justice gore e bereke.
Thank you so much. And of course, a call for justice, for swift justice after that postponement outside court. Yet another postponement. And when we spoke earlier, you actually displayed frustration, postponement after postponement.
Thank you for having us, sir. Gauteng must take full responsibility. The network intercommunication, the skills from police stations to police stations is lacking. There is no sincerity in the police system. There's gender-based violence, nothing being done to it. We want a system that must have network. We are sick and tired, just all parents here. Yeah, mama. You know, that particular day I enjoyed the game. At night I get bad news. I'm a parent, yes, parents. The children are deprived from their education. We want justice now. Justice is being denied here. These people are playing, games. This is life. People's life. It's a parent. Senzo is a parent. He's not somebody flying in the air. We want justice. The criminal system here, the police and the court. I know from experience, you can sit by the police station for hours. When it goes to court, you know what they told us? Yeah. No evidence. A guy who loses 500,000, no evidence. He says, no evidence, I'm too busy. And we want this justice system, otherwise police must step aside. The courts are making money, plenty. Those days, apartheid, our brothers should eat bread and whatever. Today they're eating chicken licken. They're eating chicken licken. They stop us, my throat is dry. The judicial system, the courts, the police stations, legislations. Why everywhere is only Becky Keller? Gauteng must answer today. We want to see results. Here's the press. Here's the media. Where's the police? Where's the top level management? Where are they? Gauteng, you must speak.
You're also Orlando Pirates supporter. Yes. Senzo Meyiwa was in between those poles, and of course displaying masterclass saves during Soweto Derby, if you would actually remember, even some other games as well. Let's talk about this particular case. You came here singing alongside many of the supporters here. What were you expecting to see today?
Yes, I was expecting to show that this suspect, they must talk, they must tell us what happened on the fateful day, because now it's been too long. Now they postpone now. Our criminal justice system is failing us now. It's failing us now. It seems like the jail was made for the poor people, because it's a well-known person who killed Senzo. They are taking long, they're postponing. No, we don't know what's happening here now. We're sick and tired of this postponement. We want justice done, so that the Senzo Meyiwa's family can get closure. Thank you, sir.
I think South Africa is a banana country where criminals are walking free. Criminals can do whatever they want. They know that they can just bribe police officers.
Yes.
All right. We've heard from Pirates supporters. Let's just close it or wrap it up with Mamelodi Sundowns supporter. Chilis, you have been here since the early hours of the morning, singing alone, and they joined you. Here they are. A call for justice continues, but then here again, postponement.
anti-right or ba bua re ke mantho a etseng a sore batho ba ba tsebe gore go etsalang ba tseba just fela ba re tšika-tšikisa wa re sona re batla antsha gore go etsaetseng motho a bolaile Senzo ke mang fela modimo teng wa ra ntho ngwe le ngwe e tlo ba rate modimo teng na re tshepa modimo le ba ka thola mara antsha re tlo e thola.
Thanks so much. Of course, those are the views of the supporters outside the Boksburg Magistrates Court here. And of course, that call again, swift justice needs to be seen to be done here, because it looks like this postponement continues to frustrate them. It's been 6 years since the killing of Senzo Meyiwa, and of course, to wait for another few months to actually know what happened on that fateful night of the 26th of October 2014 is quite a stretch for them. Blaine, we will keep you updated with what's happening outside court, but I can tell you that we haven't necessarily seen the vehicles coming out as yet. We are expecting them to come out, of course, ferrying away those suspects from this court anytime from now.
Yeah, as I said before, Makeketla, soccer rivalry is done away with. Solidarity and they call for justice for Senzo Meyiwa. Makeketla as well as Criselda earlier on, thank you very much indeed for your reporting. That case postponed to the 5th of March 2021.